Hi, I'm Crichton. I've been a photographer for nearly 20 years, and my team and I specialise in high-end portraiture of pets and the people who love them. One of the biggest sources of hesitation we hear from people is not the photo shoot itself, but what happens afterwards. There is often an assumption that decisions have to be made quickly, or that you need to know in advance what you want before you even walk into the studio. That is not how we work. The part that comes after the photo shoot is designed to slow things down, not speed them up. So today, I want to explain exactly what happens once the session is over, and why that stage of the process exists in the first place. What happens after the photo shoot? After the photo shoot, nothing is rushed and no decisions are made on the day. Instead, you're guided through a separate viewing experience where you see your images properly for the first time and decide what, if anything, you'd like to do with them. This part of the process is often misunderstood, and that misunderstanding alone puts some people off booking. So let's be very clear about what actually happens. Do I have to decide what I want before the session? No, and you are not expected to know in advance what you'll choose. The session is about creating the images. Decisions about products, layouts, or how images will live in your home come later. Most people find it impossible to imagine what will suit them until they've seen the photographs. That's why nothing is locked in beforehand. When do we see the photographs? You return for a dedicated viewing after the session. This isn't a rushed online gallery or a quick scroll on a phone. It's a proper viewing where the images are presented carefully so you can see them as they're intended to be seen. This is usually the moment when people realize the experience is very different from what they expected. What is the viewing experience like? It's calm, guided, and entirely about helping you understand what you're seeing. You're talked through the images, not sold to. There's time to take everything in, ask questions, and react honestly. For many people, this is the most enjoyable part of the whole process. Seeing your pet captured in a way you've never seen before is a very different experience from scrolling through photos at home. Do we have to buy wall art or a big collection? No. There is no obligation to choose anything specific. Some people fall in love with one image, others choose a collection. Some want a statement piece. Others prefer something smaller and more personal. The role of the viewing is to help see what works for you and your home, not push you toward a particular outcome. What if I'm not sure what will suit my space? You're guided through that decision so you can see how things would actually look in your own home. You can send us photos of your walls and rooms. This is all explained before you come back. And we can create realistic mock-ups showing your portraits displayed at the correct size on your actual walls. This takes away a lot of the guesswork. Instead of imagining whether something will feel too big, too small, or in the wrong place, you can see it before making any decisions. You're also shown different framing styles, layouts, and options, so you can compare what feels right for your space. Nothing is rushed, and nothing is decided without clarity. Is this when people decide what they want? Yes, because this is when it finally makes sense. Before the session, everything is abstract. At the viewing, it becomes clear. People often say they couldn't have predicted what they would choose until they saw the images. That's completely normal. What happens once we've chosen? Your chosen pieces are prepared carefully and finished to a high standard. Whether that's wall art, an album, or something else, everything is produced with longevity in mind. These aren't throwaway products. They're designed to live with you for years. The key thing to know, nothing after the photo shoot is rushed. Nothing is decided on the spot. And nothing happens without you fully understanding your options. The process after the session exists to help you make confident, considered choices once you've actually seen what's been created. And for most people, that clarity is what turns a good experience into a great one.